We're now ready to start working our I/O, and if I turn our fans around, you'll see that Thermaltake have added gold contacts and pins to their fans, so they're going to join together without any cables. Even better, they're actually going to magnetically attach, so all we're going to need to do is join our fans together and they're going to clip into place. Our fan cables are also going to connect magnetically. All we need to do is join it up and it's going to clip into place. Coming from the ends of the fans, we've got a PWM cable and also a 3-pin 5-volt ARGB cable, and we just need to plug these into headers on our motherboard. And we've also got an ARGB splitter cable if we want to add an additional device into it. We can then set our fans onto the radiator and we'll secure them into place using the 8 included long radiator screws. Next, we're going to need to assemble our AMD bracket and install it on our pump. So all we're going to want to do is take this little bit off the bracket, pop it through here, and we're going to take a thumb screw and screw it onto the top. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll pop the bracket into place and we'll put a thumb screw loosely on top. And then all we need to do is slide this onto our pump. In terms of the cables coming from our pump, we've got a 4-pin PWM cable which we're going to plug into our CPU pump header. And you'll notice on the side of the pump we've got a connector here, and this is for our USB cable. It's going to plug into here, and the other end we're going to plug into a USB 2.0 header on our motherboard. We can set our I/O into place at the top of the case, and we'll secure it into place using these short radiator screws. I'm just going to pass the cables coming from the fans and the radiator through to the back. We've got 2 fan headers at the top of the motherboard. The one furthest to the left is our CPU fan header, and that's the one we're going to want to plug the cable coming from the fans into. And we've got an ARGB header at the top right of the motherboard, so we'll get the ARGB cable plugged into here. Next, we can add some thermal paste to the center of the CPU. We can remove the plastic protection from the cold plate. And one thing I like to do is just wrap the PWM cable round the bracket to help our open exit towards the top of the motherboard. Then we just need to get the clips over the brackets on the motherboard. So we'll get the top one on first of all, and then try and get the bottom one on. And that's the bottom one on. And then all we need to do is tighten each of the thumb screws in turn. Our pump header is right next to our CPU fan header, so we'll get the cable plugged in, and then we can pull all the excess cable through to the back. I'm just going to pass our USB cable through from the back, and we'll plug it into the USB header on the top of our pump. We've got 2 USB 2.0 headers down the bottom of the motherboard, so we'll get our USB cable plugged into one of those. And we've got some plastic protection on the pump that we can remove.